Please be seated. If we take the miracle of Cana literally, we reduce it to a once-off wonder and greatly limit its meaning. It is not really about the power to change water into wine. We already know how to do that. It happens every year in our vineyards and wineries. The miracle has a deeper and broader meaning, and one that is valid for all time. It is about something far more wonderful. In attempting to describe the relationship between God and God's people, the Bible often uses images of a bridegroom and his bride. And describing the joy God finds among the people, it often uses the image of a wedding feast. The first reading contains a message of hope for God's people at one of the lowest moments in its history. Jerusalem lay in ruins, and many of the people were exiled in Babylon. Israel, once God's bride, is now like a widow bereft of children. However, her husband, God, has not forgotten her. There will be a new wedding feast. God will restore God's people. The promise was fulfilled in the return from exile, but more especially in the coming of Jesus. It is no surprise to find that Jesus started his public ministry at a wedding feast. At that wedding, the wine ran out. This was a way of saying that the old religion, the old observances, were found wanting. The time has come for the promises to be fulfilled. The time has come for a new law and a new spirit. The prophets had foretold an abundance of wine in messianic days. At Canaan, Jesus provided just that. And all those who tasted the new agreed that it was better than the old. We note the sheer generosity of the miracle. Those 6 jars were capable of holding somewhere between 20 and 30 gallons each. We see not only Jesus' power, but also his generosity. We get a glimpse of the warmth of his heart. The new order began with an act of compassion. What Jesus did at Canaan was not a once-off thing. It pointed to what would happen all through his ministry. The changing of water into wine is a symbol for what he was about. Everywhere he went, the old was made new. For the widow at Nain, he changed tears into joy. For Zacchaeus, he changed selfishness into love. For the thief on Calvary, he changed despair into hope. And on Easter morning, he changed death into life. His presence could change beyond recognition the lives of those with whom he came in contact. And he continues to do this for those who believe in him and follow him. He transforms our lives into something wonderful. He offers us a share in the divine life, nothing less than the ecstasy of communion with God. But all of this will remain at the level of theory unless we experience it in our lives. Unless in some way in our lives, Jesus changes water into wine. Water is a good thing and essential for bodily survival. However, though it gives satisfaction, it doesn't give joy. Wine, on the other hand, intoxicates and raises the spirit. Blessed are those who thirst for the new wine that Jesus provides. The old is the promise. The new is the fulfillment. Material things are not enough. Jesus brings another dimension to life. He brings joy which the world cannot give. He asked the servants to draw out the water made into wine and take it to the steward. Jesus always used human intermediaries to convey his gifts. He asks us to share with others the gifts he has shared with us. Amen.